Welcome to the WNBA Picks and Plays edition. My name is Abby. This is for Tuesday, May the 27th. We have 5 games in the WNBA. We have these amount of games for tonight's schedule because yesterday was Memorial Day weekend, or actually yesterday was Memorial Day, and there were no games. So the following day after Memorial Day, they load us up with 5 games. So you have a whole bunch of games to talk about for today. Big slate of games. Let's get to it. The first out of the 5 games we're going to look at, first game will be New York at home versus the Golden State Valkyries. This one here, and the odds were courtesy of oddslogic.com. Again, it's for the line moves, totals, and the injury report, oddslogic.com. So the line opened up here. New York 16.5. The total is 168.5. 168.5. Now the totals dropped drastically. This is a drastic drop. It's come all the way down to 162.5. That's a big drop. It's a 6-point drop. 168.5 to 162. And the spread's gone up to 17.5. We're even starting to see some 18s come on the board. So it's big move there. Let's look at the injury report for this game. Let's just see what's happening see who's in and out of the lineup. So it looks like here everybody's healthy. No injuries to report. Let's look where the sharps in public are for this game. Okay, so right now, sharps in public. There's nothing here. Sharps in public is pretty dead. Nothing to report regarding the sharps in public for this game. Yeah, it's been pretty quiet. Let's see here. Yeah, nothing to report. Yeah, nothing. No action on this one as of yet for the sharps in public. Obviously, this is the first meeting of the season between these two teams. Now, the angle I would take in this game, I actually have a client play on this game, but I'll give away one of the. I'll give one play. I'll give one. I'll give away one. I'll give away one play on this game. I'm gonna say. Let me see which one I can give away because I have a client play on this one. One I have to give out, and then one for the clients. Let's see which one to give out. I'm going to. All right, I'll give you a play here. Take the first half. Take New York in the first half minus 10.5. I like them in the first half versus the Valkyries. I think they get off to a big lead. I like New York here in the first half minus 10.5. I'd take New York here. That's the play to go with. Again, this is a step up in class for the Valkyries. They're playing a top tier team that went to the WNBA finals, and they're in good form. And the Liberty are in good form right now. They're in great form. So I would take the Liberty at least in the first half minus 10.5. That's the way I would play this game. That's my play on this one. Nothing on the total, just the first half 10.5 Mercury in the first half minus 10.5. Second game is going to be in Dallas at Connecticut. This one here opened up at -4. Total 160.5. It's still at -4. We're starting to see a 3. I saw a 3.5. Did see a 3.5. Did see it come down to 3.5 a bit. Total is at 164. We're seeing 163.5. And then we're seeing a 164 in one book at Caesars. But it's mainly 163s right now. That's what I'm seeing. Let's look at this one here carefully or closely. Let's look at this one. Public all over Dallas. And they are on the under. Dallas in the under. That's the that's where the public's at in this game. Yeah, Dallas in the under. Yep, that's where they're at. So look at the injury report for this one. So both teams, as you can see, are healthy. No one's injured. So I guess we got a clean bill of health from both teams. All right, so last year, 2024, they played 3 times. Connecticut won all 3 times. And that's when they had all their firepower all-star players that have now left, and they've gone to other teams. So this is a different Connecticut team altogether. Not the same firepower that they had before. That's why Connecticut won all 3 of those games. So it's a different. This is a different situation here altogether. So Connecticut so far, we look at how they're making out. Connecticut so far, 4 games. They are 1-3 to the under. And they have yet to win a game, but they're 0-4. They have yet to win a game. And they're 0-4. Yeah, they've yet to win a game. 1-3 to the under. Dallas, they're 0-4 as well. And they are 1-3 to the under. Well, I do have a play on this one. Definitely have a play here in this game. For the let's see. Let me look at something else here. Yeah, I do have a play on this game here. Now, for the show, I'm going to give you guys a play for the show itself. The play I would go with here, for me. Let's see. Let me take a look here. Okay, the play I would go with, I would take Dallas. For you guys there, for the show itself, I would take Dallas. Take Dallas -4. It's coming down to 3.5. I still take Dallas at 3.5. Or what you can do, if you don't want to take the spread, if it does drop to 3.5, because it's going from 4 to 3.5, I take the money line. Take Dallas to win the game. You can do the money line. That's another good play. So I wouldn't talk you off either Dallas -4, or take the 3.5, or take the money line. Either one I would take. Yeah, you can go around with either one, but I do have a client play for this game. I definitely have a client play for this one that I like. So we'll discuss where you can find my client plays afterwards. But for the show, Dallas. It's Dallas. Dallas -4, Dallas -3, money line. Either one, take Dallas. I think they win this game comfortably. Third game, we're going to talk about Seattle and Minnesota. This one opened up 6.5. Minnesota at home. Total is 154.5. It's gone now to 157. Yeah, it's going up to 157. One book has 157. So we're starting to see some 157s on the board. The spread is still at 7. You're seeing 7s across the board. Now we did see a 6.5, but it's mainly 7s. Let's look to see where the public is. The public's on Seattle. Seattle's getting a lot of love. Seattle and the under. So that's where the public's at on that one. Seattle and the under. Yeah, you're on Seattle and the under. Let's look here to see the injury report. All right, so you can see there Kaylee McBride is still out for personal reasons. She's been out for a while now for personal reasons. Katie Samuelson out for the season with a knee injury. So that's the latest update there. For the game itself, let's see. All right, so they played 3 times already. They played 3 times. Actually, 4 times last year. Minnesota's won 3 out of the 4 games. 1, 2, and 1 to the under in this game. So 1 over, 2 unders, and 1 push. So mainly an under series last year. This one's at 7, 6.5. Let's see. Let's look so far. So Minnesota so far. Let's look at Minnesota so far. They are, after 4 games, they are 1-3 to the under, and 4-0. They haven't covered their last 2 games though at home, but they are 4-0. They've covered on the road, but they haven't covered at home, which is interesting. Seattle. They're off a big win against Vegas. So Seattle, they are 3-1. Seattle's 3-1 right now, last 4 games. And they've covered 2 out of their last 4 meetings, 2 out of their last 4 games as a favorite. So Seattle's 3-1, and they are 1-3 to the under. Well, I do have a play on this game. I'll give away one of the plays I'm going to give away, and then the other one, I have a client play on this one. I have a client play, and I'll give one away here right now. Let me look at this carefully, but I have a play on this one. Let me take a look at this. My play on this game, I'm gonna for the show. I'm gonna give you guys Minnesota -7. I'll give you Minnesota. I think Minnesota covers the spread. First of all, Seattle coming off a big win against Las Vegas at home. It's one of their biggest wins of the season against Vegas. Scored 102 points and it went over the total. I think now, after that big win on Sunday, I think they got to travel to Minnesota. I think there's going to be a bit of a regression. There's going to be a bit of a regression in terms of scoring. So I don't see how Seattle's putting up these points. I don't see how Seattle's going to have the same offense that they had against Vegas at home. I don't see that. Yeah, I don't see that. I don't see them putting up all those points. They've only scored over 93 points once against Minnesota. The other times Minnesota, actually they scored over 90 points twice against Minnesota. The other 2 times in Minnesota and in Seattle, they scored in the 70s or 60s, not that high. So for me in this game, I don't see Minnesota putting up the same amount of points that they put up against Vegas. I don't see that. Minnesota's defense it's a top tier level defense. So I don't see them putting up all these points to cover and stay within 7 points. So I like Minnesota here. They're catching Seattle off a big win against Vegas at home. So this is to me a letdown spot. I like Minnesota here to cover. I like -7 Minnesota. That's the only way to go in this game. Like I said, I have a client play on this game. So I have a client play on this one. Yeah, I have a client play on this game. This one for sure. Got a client play here. Let me see something here. Because I have about. Let me see. One of the plays I said I wouldn't give out. I might turn around and give it because I'm gonna have minimum 2 client plays for the WNBA. I usually do a minimum of 2 client plays. I keep them at 2. So one of them I might. There's another game I might give away that I didn't give away earlier. But let's continue with the games. Let's go with Atlanta Vegas. I'll let you know if I'll give that away or not. Atlanta Vegas. So this one here. Open up -1. Actually, Atlanta's a 1-point favorite on the road in LA. Total is 164.5. So this one now, LA's favored now. They have turned favorite. So it opened up. It went now 2.5 LA. Now we're seeing. We saw 1.5. Now we're seeing 2, 2.5. Now we're seeing some 2s. Very strange. This number's all over the place. We're seeing 2s now, 2.5. 2.5 are starting to creep up now for the LA Sparks. Yeah, it's starting to creep up a little bit. Total's 164. It's come down to 161. Ooh, that's a big move. 161. Yeah, it was 163. Now it's 161. Yeah, we're seeing a 161, but it's mainly 162s right now. That's a bit of a move there. But let's look where the public and sharps are for this game. Like I said, this game's all over the place. The public's all over the under. They're on the under big time in this one. Big time under. No, they're not taking the sides. No sides in this one. Yeah, they're on the under heavy in this game. They're on the under. Yeah, they're on the under here, big time. No side. All right, so let's look at the injury report for this game. Injuries for LA and Atlanta. All right, so as you know, the usual suspects. Jordan Canada's out with a knee for Atlanta. LA, Ray Burrell, Cameron Brinker are out. So this one here, let's see here. These guys played 3 times last year. 1 and 2 to the under. And Atlanta won all 3 games. They covered and won all 3 last year. Well, now Atlanta's an underdog. They're 2.5 point underdogs. Let's look at the last couple games for Atlanta. The last 4 for Atlanta. They are 3-1. They've covered their last 2 games. 1 and 3 to the under. I see why everybody likes the under. They're 1 and 3 to the under. They're playing some defense. It means Atlanta's playing a lot of defense. LA Sparks. They are played 5 games already, yeah? Oh, they played 4. One of them was an exhibition game, excuse me. Or is it 5 games? They played 5? 5 games. They played 5 games. Hey, did they play 4? Let me see something. That's where they played. Yeah, they played 5 games. LA played 5. They played 5 games. I just want to make sure. So yeah, they played 5 games. They are 2-3 to the under, and 2-3 in the last 5 games. LA 2-3 in the last 5. They beat Chicago. They beat Golden State on the road. No, this is their second home game. They played Sunday at home on Memorial Day weekend. Had a big win as a favorite. Now they're favored again against Atlanta. Interesting one there. They went over. This one went over. This is man. When they played the last, let me see when they played. These guys went under the total the last time. I don't know. Boy, this is one of them tricky ones. Let's see. Yeah, the way I would go here, I'll give it up for the show. I mean, I don't think it's not gonna. I'm not gonna make this a client play. I'll pass on this one, but for the show itself, I'm gonna give you guys the under. I'll take the under 162.5. I'll take the under. The line's dropping drastically, or the total's dropped from 164 to 162. Even we're seeing a 161, so it's a big move. So I like the under in this game. On number 2, these teams were 1-2 to the under a year ago. They're 1-2 to the under a year ago. Atlanta right now 2-3 to the under. LA 1-4 to the under. So those are the 3 reasons I take the under. Number 1, head-to-head last year, they were 1-2 to the under. Number 2, Atlanta, as we mentioned earlier, Atlanta 2-3 to the under. And number 3 reason, LA, basically they are 2-3 to the under as well. So those are the 3 reasons why I like the under. Everything correlates to the under. So take the under in this game, under 163.5. I know it's gone to 162. So try to shop for the best number and just take the under. I'm not going to make this a client play. I gave it as a free play. So yeah, definitely take the under in this game. So that's what I would do for that game. The last game we're going to look at, Phoenix. This is the 5th and final game. Phoenix and let's see, Chicago and Phoenix. That's the last game. That's the 5th and final game. Let's see. So Chicago and Phoenix. This one opened up. Let's look at the chart here. It opened up -7. Total 154.5. So this one has come down to, it's dropping. So we're seeing 6.5. And now we're starting to see a 6. 6 that are coming up as well. Total is 154.5. It's gone to 158. So look at this one further. Let's look where the public and sharps are for this game. Public all over Phoenix and the under. Phoenix and the under. Yeah, everybody's on Phoenix and the under. Okay, so the injury report we'll check now. So usual suspects injured. Kalia Copper is out with the knee. Not sure when she's going to return. And Mac is out with the back. Chicago injury-free. No injuries for Chicago. The matchup itself. All right, so they played 3 times last year, 2024. 1-2 to the under. And Phoenix has won all 3 games and covered all 3 games against Chicago. That's head to head. So far, as you know, Chicago hasn't won a game. They're basically 0-3. And they're 2-1 to the over. They're scoring a lot, but they're not playing any defense. Phoenix, they played 4 games. They are 3-1, and they are 1-3 to the under. This one here, let's see. Yeah, the only way I can look into this game is going to be Phoenix. Phoenix is the only way to take this one. Now, the line's dropped down to 6. It's coming down to 6. I'd still take Phoenix. I will still take them. I wouldn't be surprised if this game went to even 5.5. I wouldn't be surprised if it's at 6 and then turned to 5.5. It wouldn't surprise me. I'd still be on Chicago. This is the only way to look. I mean, I'd still take Phoenix. It's the only way to look at this situation. I'd take Phoenix. There's no other way to play this game, but them. Phoenix has dominated Chicago, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. So I would take Phoenix -6. It's going to -6 now. Even 6, I would wait a little bit because the number is starting to come down. So I would wait, and when you see the 6, take Phoenix at -6 instead of the 6.5. Because like I said, I seen the number start to come down from 6.5 to 6 at a few books. So I would just wait, and if your book has -6, take Phoenix at -6. That's what I would do for this game. Now for the rest of the games let me look at the picks. I think I was going to give out one more play. There's one more play I was going to give up. Much. Let me see. There's one play I was going to give out. One play. I gave out. Well, it's going to be probably going to be a client play. Let me see. Man. Man. Trying to figure out which one to give out as a client play. I gave out some other. I gave a few picks already. I'm trying to think about one to give another one. I'd say you guys can take New York in the first half, 10.5. I mentioned that already. Another play you can look at here. Golden State, New York. I take the under. Look at the under. I look at the under in this game. Golden State have a hard time scoring points. There's like I said, I mentioned in other videos, the scoring is it's not up to par. It's not consistent. It's not up to par. The offense is not really there, so I don't see him putting up a lot of points. So I don't see them. That's why I would take the under, because I don't see them contributing enough points on their end to make this game go over the total against New York. The New York total was 162.5. I would look at the under in this game. I take the under. Because like I said, I don't see them contributing and putting up enough points in this game for it to go over the total. So that's my take on that. I would look at the under in this game. Take a look at the under. And that's about it. That's all I would give out. That's it. Man. Yeah, that's about it. That's all I would say. That's it. Nothing else to give up for the WNBA. That's it. Nothing else. If you want more of my picks, like I said, go to sportsmemo.com and go to Abby Sports Picks. Now I do have 2 client plays in the WNBA. I have a play in the NBA. I have a client play in the NBA as well. And I'm gonna have one or two MLB plays. I'm not sure of how many MLB I'm gonna put out today. This is probably gonna be one or two. I haven't decided. But definitely I have an MLB play, one NBA play. I have a client play on that, and two WNBA games, two client plays on the WNBA. So go to Abby Sports Picks, and you'll see me there, and you can take advantage. We have a 3-day pass and a 7-day pass for client plays. So you can choose myself and or other cappers. You can take advantage of those plays. Overall, I'm number one in the last 30 days for all picks and plays for the WNBA, the NBA, and MLB. All three games combined, the last 30 days, I'm in first place, number one overall in the last 30 days. So you can check me out there, sportsmobile.com. All right. So that's about it for you guys. Whether you feed or follow my picks, it's up to you. Again, good luck to you guys. Let's have a big Tuesday. Let's cash some winners, cash some tickets. Let's have a big day. Good luck, whether you feed or follow my picks. Again, stay true to yourself, stay blessed, stay humble, believe in yourself. Good luck to you guys. Let's have a big Tuesday. Let's hit some winners, cash some tickets, and we will see you tomorrow. Peace. I'm out.